Hey guys, how are you doing? Today is July 30, Friday. Today we're going to talk about a little bit on Facebook. Facebook just announced that the second quarter's performance is excellent, but the share price dropped it yesterday on, let me take a look, 4%. Dropped it 4% yesterday. Why? Why it will drop after the excellent performance? So it just some small things, I think. So actually we will have a quick look on that, and our Falcon portfolio today is already 19 months after the establishment, and it increased it 91% for 19 months, increased it from 350,000 to 66.7 thousand US dollar. So if readers want me to analyze on any stock or discuss on any subjects about the stock, that I can, so you can write to me under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me at usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. Let us start. Why Facebook drops after excellent 2021 Q2 performance, right? This is what we are going to discuss shortly today. And this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio. So up to yesterday we increased it 91%, and it's the same exactly the same as the Nasdaq as 61%. So you can see we bought AMD just for a few months on April 16, and then it rose to 26% already. All right, so last year our portfolio been increased at 55%, and this year is something like 7 months past, so still have 5 months left, so we increased at 21%. I do hope actually we can achieve 100% this year. Just 10% to go, right? Just 9% to go. So when the portfolio increased at 9% further, then we will reach 100%. That means a double. I'm really looking forward for that, right? But actually beating Nasdaq is not an easy job, because Nasdaq is quite strong. It's very, very strong, this guy, right? So actually let us aim for 9% increment more, so we can have a 100% increment. And if this is 100%, something like that, then actually this year we may increase up to 30%. I think it's okay already, right? Because for even professional investor, every year on an average 15% is very good. So actually today we already done to beat the inflation, right, in USA, something like that, right? Because they said the inflation may up to 10%, but this year we increased it 21% already. So actually we beat the inflation already, and I hope if you followed our portfolio, then you will be okay, right? So Dow Jones increased at 150 points yesterday, so 55,000 points already. Nasdaq just increased a little bit, 15 points yesterday, and is also close to 14 and 778 points already. So we have a quick look on some of the stock, and then we go for Facebook. I have bought MasterCard for over 1 year together with Visa. MasterCard's result is also very good, but it's not like the other stock. It goes up a bit by bit. Like Visa, in the past few weeks, you can see it goes up every day, like 0 point something percent one day, 1% one day, 1% one day, and then dropped it a little bit and then rise up a bit. So MasterCard is basically like that. MasterCard rises and then Visa rises. But Visa has a lot of, I'm not fully go through MasterCard's report, but we heard more news on Visa more than the MasterCard. Visa has a lot of acquisition on currency gold, right? On some foreign exchange company in Europe, on some global platform, and start for cryptocurrencies. I'm not heard about a lot of news on MasterCard. Maybe just I didn't get the information. Maybe she has. So I will take some time for the MasterCard's performance report, and then we will report to you. And another one is PayPal. Actually, PayPal's report, its performance is also very good, but it also drops. The share price yesterday, it dropped at 6%. Why? It dropped at 6% because of eBay. Because the increment, if it calculated eBay's portion into that, it makes the performance not as the consensus result, right? Consensus is other people think it should have, right? That's what it is. But for PayPal's result, I think is still excellent on that, very excellent on that. But suddenly it dropped to 6%. So some readers sent me the email, oh, why Facebook and PayPal both drops, but seems the result is alright. Yes, you're right, the result is alright. Right? It's dropping after beating earning expectation. They blame the eBay because when they calculated eBay into that, the increment decreases. But eBay share price goes up very sharply. I just go through Facebook yesterday. Still not go through PayPal, MasterCard. Too many reports for me to go through. So once we finish that, then we will report to you. Another one is I just introduced it quite earlier in this program is AMD. AMD's share price rose at 5% yesterday. Nvidia 1%, but Nvidia rose up a lot already because it splitted the shares. Because a lot of others taken the market shares from Intel, like TSM. When they take the market share from Intel, like TSMC, that means Taiwan Semiconductor Company, they will place the order to AMD. So you can read this. Analysis believe TSMC is providing AMD with extra help during chip shortage, helping it continue to set up challenge to its larger rival. I think the larger rival is Nvidia, right? I think it's Nvidia. Today, all we worry about is the shortage of the chip. When TSMC or others support enough chips for AMD, then it can sell the GPU card, and then the profit will come back. So AMD, certainly the share price goes up 5% yesterday. So we will wait to see, right? So let us talk about Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is turning $1 trillion Facebook into a metaverse company, he tells investors. What is a metaverse company? Metaverse company is VR. It just means VR. I learned it from the internet. It's a very old word. It's a very old word in just in the age of the tech stock in year 2000. They have this word called metaverse, and now it just means VR. What is a VR? I think everyone captured this one from a Hong Kong magazine HKEC, so you know what is a VR, right? This is a VR. So when Mark Zuckerberg said this, does he mean Facebook will change its business model? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't think that you can do it when you are out. Maybe you can just do it when you face the PC computer, so you can put this onto your head and you can play the games with your friend, and you can have something like a 3D event when you're talking to your friend or your family, or your daughters or your brothers, whatever, right? So Mark Zuckerberg said invest $1 billion for VR. This is what he said. But it's not the only reason that it makes Facebook's share price goes down, right? Let us examine the performance first. Facebook's share price goes up quite some time before it announces performance, but it goes down yesterday for 4%. You can see the price to earning ratio is not high, just 30.7. And for the past 1 year, Facebook's share price increased at more than 50%. You can see 152 weeks before, one year before is 229, and then the most highest share price is 377. So we increased more than 50% for past year. So we have a quick look on Facebook's performance on the second quarter. We know Facebook's main revenue is advertisement, right? So we can see the advertisement income is 28.58 billion. This is just for one quarter, increased more than 56% for past year same season. It's a lot of advancement, right? And others also increased 36%, but the percentage is very low. So as a whole, Facebook's revenue increased at 56% for Q2 quarter, and the net income, that means the net profit, is 10.394 billion. It's increased more than 100% than last year. So the net income rate is 35% and increased more than last year's 28.26%. But the cash level decreased a little bit, right? So actually the net income increment is 100%, right? But today the PE is just 30. So actually now Facebook's share price is quite worth to buy. And so you may ask me why Facebook's share price dropped yesterday. It's because Mark Zuckerberg said the net income or the revenue may decelerate in the coming third to fourth quarter. I don't know if it is yes or no, because it may be, many of the CEO may say, oh, coming months is not as good as this month. Coming half year is not as good as the upper half year, something like that. We don't know, right? We don't know. So after this worse, so Facebook drops, but from the performance is very good. It's a little bit undervalued, and he just may invest billions of dollars onto the real. Billions of dollars, $1 or $2 billion won't affect Facebook a lot, right? Because Facebook is very healthy, is very wealthy and very healthy, right? So let's take a look on the DAU. That means the daily active user. Facebook's daily active user, we call it active, not inactive. I'm Facebook user, but I'm not active. All right. But a lot of people in Hong Kong is very active, and a lot of people in the United States is very, very active on Facebook. They can't live without the Facebook. Right. Facebook's DAU was 1.91 billion. Increased 7% year over year, and then the monthly active user goes up to 2.9 billion people, an increase of 7% also year over year. So you may think of is to China. China has 1.4 billion people, so 2.9 is to China. That means in the whole world, it's to China's people, whole population becomes the monthly active user, right? And for the family daily active people, that means for one family, right? It goes up to 2.76 billion people. And the year-over-year increment is 12%. And the family monthly, right? That means not daily, is monthly active. That means they will, in each month, they may use Facebook for more than 2 weeks, always using something like that. It goes up to 3.51 billion people. So you can see Facebook is invincible, right? Unless you open the Indian market or the Brazil market, something like that, so you can increase better than that, or the China market. Otherwise you can't beat her, because you see it has 2.9 billion people as the monthly active user, 1.91 billion people as the daily active user. That means more than the whole China's people for the whole world. It's just unbelievable, right? So it still has its growth. It still has its growth, right? So I'm still holding Facebook maybe for some time, right? Another thing I want to mention is Twitter. you take note on Twitter, Twitter share price become very strong in this 1 to 2 months. You can see Twitter, like other social medias, also goes up after the pandemic. But this goes up, you know, Twitter in past days, it always goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down, right? Although now the PE ratio is 150, but recent days, Twitter had did something that is very different from before. The first is Twitter has a Twitter Blue. That means you can post the passage onto the Twitter, and the other people can use this platform to view your passage and then pay money to you, and then Twitter will earn something in between. I know that Facebook also has the bulletin, right? But I can't subscribe to the bulletin because don't have the space for me yet, right? It's not open yet, just for the previous one that already registered. And the second is, if you have taken notice, Twitter you can post your commodity onto your Twitter. That means you can do the advertisement of your commodity that you want to sell into the Twitter. It's like something like the very beginning of an Amazon. It's just like taking some commercial elements onto that. It's not only for the Twitter's advertisement, so you can post your passages onto the Twitter, and you can post your commodity onto the Twitter. So this is coming like for the Facebook, and then for the Amazon. This is just the very beginning. If it will success, then it will maybe work together with the Shopify, and then become another Amazon, become another Facebook. I don't know, right? But actually, it's going like that way. So you can see the share price suddenly become very strong, and it earns money. I just take a quick look on Twitter's performance, and it performs good. In the past few years, it losses, but start from last year, it earns money, and then it earns money and earns money. So we must take note on Twitter, and after I study Twitter's performance report, then I will report to you. But just take note on Twitter. Twitter is coming up something different, not like before. I think that Twitter, she knows that if she is not changing, then she will die, because a lot of people coming up. She must have some way to increase for the revenue. She just can't like Facebook take all the advertisement income. Right now, you see YouTube is doing very good. That means the Google, and then the second thing is Facebook. And for the widespread of Twitter, I think she has the ability to do that, right? Coming for like Amazon, coming for like Facebook, something like that. So let us take a close follow up on Twitter. So you can see 1 year before, its share price is just 35. You can see, right? Right after 2000, even during 2000, normal it's just 40. But now, after 1 year, it's 70 share price. Sure, something happened, so we should take a close follow on Twitter. Okay, we share up to here about Facebook. A lot of reports I still not study and still not finish. So because in the past 2 days, a lot of giant companies performance result been out. So I just finished the Facebook, and I'm in the halfway for Google, right? And in the halfway for Starbucks, something like that. So after I finish more, I can report to you, right? So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give me a comment. And then if you think this video is good for your friends, then please share this to your friends. And please help us to subscribe. Press the subscribe button. This is completely free of charge. And then you can press the icon bell. So whenever there is a new video uploaded, YouTube will inform you immediately. Okay, so I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. So let us see next Friday. And if you have any comment, you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can direct an email to me. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a peaceful weekend. Bye bye.